These are the top 5 places that you must visit in your lifetime. My name is Nick Saka. I have had the luxury and the honor and privilege of doing a lot of traveling up until 34 years of age. And today I'm going to share with you my top 5 most favorite and beautiful places that I have had the honor of seeing. I have traveled a lot at 34 years of age. Now there's a whole lot more that I am yet to see and a whole lot more that I want to see. But in 34 years, I've gotten to see the likes of Dominican Republic, Greece, Cancun, Cabo, Vancouver, Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, Italy, Hawaii, Oregon, Yosemite, New York, a bunch of different places. I just wanted to be able to just share a different piece of me that I normally don't share. Normally on my YouTube channel, I'm talking about insurance or entrepreneurship, or I'm interviewing people. I just wanted to offer something different this time around. So if you get some value out of this video, you just gotta comment, like the video, subscribe, the whole 9. And so let's get started with the top 5 places that you must visit. So at number 5, I'm gonna go from number 1 being the best place that I have been to. Number 5 is a place called Havasupai Falls in Arizona. Havasupai Falls is not a place that you can just decide to go and visit. Havasupai Falls, you have to get a permit to go and camp out there. Now, Havasupai Falls is this beautiful baby blue waterfall and village in the canyons of Arizona. It's closely connected to the Grand Canyon. The water that goes through Havasupai Falls is just breathtaking. It actually makes 0 sense how these baby blue waters are in the middle of a desert. When I applied for the permit, the day that it became available, within minutes or within like 20 minutes, the permits for the year sold out. I took what I could get and I went in March, and the water was cold. The weather was still just kind of transitioning. And what you do is you actually hike miles into the canyon with your backpacking equipment, with everything you're gonna be camping in. Truly an entire experience. It's not just a place you go and see. I camped out for like 4 days. What an experience, where you got to just see the people of this village. You got to experience this water. I mean, it's just something about water. I love water. Water is life. I will share a bunch of videos so you can see it, but just camping out there, being immersed in this experience, it's just breathtaking. And so that is number 5. Now, my word of advice for you is to try to get the permits early. You have the option as well to helicopter out of the canyon. Now, some people are psychopaths and they like to hike in and out. The hike in is a heck of a lot easier than the hike out because it's very inclined. It's the best $90 or whatever it was investment of my entire life, where I helicoptered out, I got to my car, and I was gone. But that hike in is like 9 hours. So that is the 5th place that you must see, is Havasupai Falls. I cannot wait to go again. Hopefully you will go and experience that. The 4th best place I've ever been to is Peru.
Ta-da! Peru.
Now, in 2018, I also got to go to Peru because it was a lifelong goal of mine to see Machu Picchu. I can't explain it. I don't know what it was about this magical place, but as soon as I saw it I made it my wallpaper on my computer because it was a place that I had to see. But there was also a bunch of other magical things that you can do in Peru. It's not your chill vacation. Peru is very much an experience. It's a magical place that just the foundation, the geography, it just gives you magical powers. And it felt like I absorbed magical powers from being in Peru. Very highly elevated out there, and so you have to get altitude medicine. Funny story is, the day that I got there, I had food poisoning. I ate something from the airport. I ate Peruvian food. I don't know what it was, but I got really, really sick. I'm talking like throwing up, and my stomach just felt like it was about to explode from the moment I checked into the hotel. And the very next day, the first bucket list item is a place called Rainbow Mountain in Peru. It's the most magical, highly elevated hike. It's actually the highest elevation thing that I did. It's higher than Machu Picchu, ironically, because Machu Picchu looks like it's really high, but Rainbow Mountain is the highest. Have food poisoning the day before this hike. I power through it, even if, I took little by little steps. Normally I'm pretty good at hiking, but I took my time with this hike, and when I got to the top, holy cow, it was so worth it. I've got images and in videos. I want to show you guys as B-roll, but just magical experience. You have the option of like taking donkeys up there, but I don't believe in paying, you know, animals to do stuff like that. For me, it's like if you can't complete the hike, then you shouldn't do it. Magical Rainbow Mountain, followed by Machu Picchu. Holy cow. I'm a views type of person. So Machu Picchu, I also got to go to the peak of Machu Picchu, which is called Hyena Picchu, I believe, and you got to pay a little bit extra for that. But it's a whole journey to get there. It's like everything is like hours apart. You have to really plan it. And then the last thing that I did in Peru was a place called Humantai Lake, I believe. Hopefully I'm not butchering that. And it's another hike that you hike up, and it's the most beautiful lake with the mountain behind it, and it's just freaking magical. I can't explain it. And so this entire Peru experience, aside from getting the food poisoning day one, absolutely insane. It makes my list of places that you must see. There's some sort of healing and magical powers. The people were great, the food was great. The third place that I got to see, Thailand. We got to go and basically spent the entire trip in Phuket because I love water. I love water. The combination of views and water and baby blue waters. The people were amazing. The food was great. Everything's a lot more affordable out there. It's like Thailand, you can do so much more with your money. We're staying at like 5-star hotels that are a lot more affordable than what you get here in Las Vegas. And so between the combination of the food, the experience, the animals, Thailand is certainly number 3. We didn't even get to see the other parts of Thailand, but it is a must. We will likely go back. Thailand, add that to your list if you have not. The second favorite place, and this is really hard because this is number 1 and 2 are arguably, number 2 should be number 1, but there's sentimental value for number 1, and so it can't top it, which is Japan. Japan is the best place I have ever been to in my life. Long time goal to go there. We got to go see, we stayed in Tokyo, we stayed in Osaka. Let me tell you, Japan, just add it to your list. That's all I'm gonna tell you. It's everything from the food to the people to the cleanliness. We went during a time where it was very affordable. If you like Wagyu beef or Kobe beef, what you can get in Japan would cost you $250 here in Vegas, cost you $50 in Japan. Everything from just how efficient it is, like how much people are in Japan, but how efficient they operate, how clean it is. There's no homeless people in the streets. And I'm not saying all Japan is like that, but what we saw was like, this is a place that we were there for 9 days. It wasn't enough. Hardly ever am I at a place for 9 days and I'm ready to go home. Like I've got my fix, I've got my travel fix, I'm ready to get back to the grind, let's go. Japan was one of those places where it's like, I could have done another week. Just the people are respectful, you don't have to tip out there, and the service is still immaculate. Beautiful, just combination of nature and city. You feel like you're in a freaking video game, like a simulation, like the Matrix when you're in Japan. Certain parts of Tokyo were just like, are you kidding me? And we didn't get to go and do other bucket lists. I'd love to snowboard in Japan. Snowboarding's epic out there, I believe. And we didn't get to go to Okinawa, which is a little island that resembles like the Fiji Islands in Hawaii. It's like a beautiful place there that we did not get to see. So add Japan to your list. It should be number 1 on my list, but I'm gonna tell you what number 1 is right now. The best place I have ever been to in my life, and that is Greece. For the longest time, I wanted to go to Greece. I had this vision of proposing to my wife in Santorini. Although it went perfect and she said yes, thank God. The one thing was in Santorini, I had this vision of doing it to a Santorini sunset, and it was a little overcast that day, but the video is magical. Santorini is magical. I've always wanted to see Santorini. Something about those sunsets were just spoke to me, and it's just like, I'm gonna propose there. I must propose there. I had an opportunity to propose in Hawaii, and I just didn't want to because Hawaii just didn't feel like I wanted to. Like I had the ring that I gave to my wife for so long, and I didn't propose there. Greece, Santorini's magical. The food was let me tell you, the food was some of the best food I've ever had in my life. Then we got to go to Mykonos, and Mykonos was awesome as well. There's one part of Greece that I didn't get to go to, which is called Zakynthos, where there's this baby blue shipwreck beach that's still on my bucket list, so I will be back But between Santorini, the people, the customer service, the sights, the views, the food, my wife accepting my proposal was the cherry on the top. Mykonos was awesome as well, a little overpriced, the big party town. And then we got to go to Athens, where the food was phenomenal. Athens had incredible food, recommended from locals. Like, you'll see a place walking in Athens and it's just like, this looks like a place that I wouldn't stop and get food, but it was highly recommended from a gentleman in Mykonos. So we went, best place, best food we had, everything from like the seafood to the lamb to the Mediterranean, just like we had a really good steak out there. So the food in Greece, and then for what you get for the vibes and what you can see, highly recommend. So there you have it. That's my list of the top 5 places I have been to, and I've been to a lot of places. Honorable mentions are Bahamas. The water was the most bluest water I've ever seen. In Colombia, honorable mention, just clean, good food. Just, you felt safe. The people were a vibe. It's sightseeing you could do out there. Costa Rica was an interesting one where lots of nature, lots of greenery. The beaches were nice, but Costa Rica is not as affordable as some of these other places. And so those are all the places I've been to. I hope this has given you insight on places to travel to, and maybe you get to switch around some of the places that you wanted to see before or add and subtract places. If you've stuck through this far, thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and follow me on my social media platforms. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.